everyone. Welcome to Adobe Live. I am Shauna Lynn, and I'm here. I don't have my host Teddy Bear up with me. Come here, bud. Come here. I dropped the ball this morning. Here with my host Teddy Bear. Welcome. Happy Monday. Hi, Anna. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Tim. Hi, Steve. Sean. Hi, Cody. How are you? Hi, everyone. How are you? What's new? What's happening? What's going on? How are things? It's Monday. It's a Monday. So welcome. Today we're going to have a fun day. We're going to work in Fresco, which I've not really done live yet, but I've been playing with. It's a great program, so we're going to have some fun. But first, I'm going to give you guys the schedule for today. We've got Illustrating with me, followed by the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge with Kathleen, Designing in Fresco and Photoshop on the iPad with Voodoo Val, the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge with Julie Masalska, Adobe XD Workflows with Eliza Todd, the XD Daily Creative Challenge with Jessie Showalter, and Sketch Party with Kathleen Martin. So yeah, let's get started. I have a really fun idea today. I see a few people tuning in from like London. I think Cody, you're out in like the Pacific Northwest, right? Yeah, I think you're Pacific Northwest. You see New Zealand. Wow, I'm in Chicago, so we're finally getting some like decently warm weather. It's kind of nice. It snowed over the weekend, so there's that. It's been interesting. Tim's here from Germany. And then we have Teddy Bear from Chicago as well. Hi from Brazil. Yeah, Oregon. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought you were in Oregon. Didn't want to say for certain, but that's what I thought. So I figured since a lot of us can't travel right now, and I'm dying to travel. I won't, trust me. But I miss it. I'm wearing my standard travel outfit with my just enough pulled together, but enough that I'm still comfortable look. Teddy needs a top hat and monocle. Yeah, he would not go for that. Oh, he's so tired. All right, I'm gonna put you down, bud. You go do your thing. So I thought today we would have some fun and we would travel from our desks. And we're going to do some studies. We're going to do a study abroad. So let's pull it up. So I have this website up here called MapCrunch right above me. And what it is this website where you can it's a random street view website. So you can do, you just hit go and it takes you somewhere in the world. You don't know where, and you end up on a Google Street View somewhere in the world. So I've played with it many times before where you end up in the jungle or on the streets of London, and you never know where it's going to end up. So I figured we'd do a couple studies and I would find something fun in scenes to do, but I'll refresh a couple times because if we land somewhere where there's nothing, I can't really do a study. So I'm first going to set up my canvas. I've got my Apple Pencil. I have a gripper because it hurts for me for long periods of time to hold the pencil without a gripper. So I actually had to invest in a gripper. And I'm just going to do an 8x10 canvas. I do my work at 350 DPI because I just like to have a little bit more to work with. But we're going to play with just a bunch of different things and we're just going to have a fun time. So feel free to join me. You can either draw what I'm going to draw, or you can do your own street view. It's great. And if you guys are over on YouTube, we're going to have you come join us over on be.net/live because I'm not reading any of the comments on YouTube today. I am reading only on Behance. I don't read them on YouTube anyways, but I can't even see my YouTube video or my YouTube window today because it is covered by MapCrunch. So hello from Pakistan. Hello from Montreal, India. Wow, guys. Yeah, let's go illustrating. You're from Jakarta. Wow, okay. All right, so this is what it defaulted to this morning. And it's got there's this cute little boathouse here. And I thought maybe I would draw that, but I kind of want to see like what else we get. So like I haven't even looked around this scene yet, but like, oh, look how cute that is. Look how like, look at all the detail here. You got the little flowers above the door. Like that's really nice. This tree is really nice. This is actually a really nice place, a really nice composition that it dropped me in. Where is this? Switzerland. Okay. Yeah, there's a little up at the top. I have it covered on my screen, but there are ways to, like, you can see where it drops you. So view of the day is in Switzerland. I kind of like this, but I want to see what else we can get first. What was the name of the website again? Map Crunch. So I can share this view. That's kind of cool. I'm going to download this view just because I think it's really pretty and I would like to save it for later. The best thing is you can download the image. So I'm going to save it because I want to draw it later. But so we're going to hit go and we're just going to close that. Yeah, so see how this just dropped us in the middle of the desert? There is nothing to draw here, so we got to go again. Thanks, Tim, for posting that. All right, so now we're on a road. This rock is kind of nice, actually. Got some trees. Let's do... Okay, let's do this guy, because there are some nice little ferns right here. I'm going to zoom in just... Oh, can't go in too far, because otherwise it... So I don't know. If you guys can't see this, I'm going to post a link to this direct one in the chat. So this is the current view I'm looking at, if you want to work with that one. So I'm going to start drawing this. I'm going to pull up a pencil. I have some pencils that I've done on my own, so I'm going to use that for now, but we're going to use Kyle's tools to color in. And I like to do my sketches in color, so we're going to use like a nice pink, because why not? Okay. So, got this nice rock, and I'm not going to do very large sketches because I just want it to be very simple. What if it comes in front of the Adobe headquarters? There's a lot of Adobe buildings, and that would be really funny. So, and this is going to be a little more stylized because I've not done life drawing in a long time. I think the last time I remember I had the opportunity to study abroad in Italy when I was in college for a month over the summer, and that was one of the last times I did life drawing, and it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since I've done that. But we're gonna got the ferns here. But even then, like my stuff, like my environments weren't super accurate because I never really did environment drawing before this, before that. And so it's all, but it's a fun way to challenge yourself because you can either go really realistic or you can go super stylized. So if you guys are following along, like please share these because I want to see what you're doing. Like I want to see how everyone else interprets this. Hi, Nate. How are you? Right? Like, I don't remember how I came across this site, but when I did, I was like, this is brilliant and I need to do this. So like, I had this whole spiel where I was going to go like, welcome to Adobe Airlines. I have no snacks for you. Like, but, I have inspiration snacks directly above, Is Adobe Illustrator different from Fresco? Yes, it is. Fresco allows you to work with raster and vector. So I don't generally use vector, but there are the option of vector brushes here. Lots of options. I know people who do work with the vector brushes and love them. I've not really delved in because that's just not my style. I generally don't work with vector images. So I don't really do, yeah. So like you can do that. There's also live brushes, which are a lot of fun. You have oil and watercolor, which I might play with later on. And then you have the pixel brushes, which are raster brushes. And that's like working with, that's more like illustrating in Photoshop, which is why I like this program in terms of how easy it is to go and adapt over. And then there's a little circle here. And if I tap it, I can use my brush as an eraser. I think the hard thing with me when doing landscapes is there's so many things to look at generally that it's hard for my eyes to like really discern like where things happen. If that makes sense. Does this site make you want to go and actually visit some of these places? Yes, actually. I've saved a few of them because you can save the image that you're looking at. And it's really kind of fun. So we've got these like really nice little ferns, and these are going to be very stylized because I am not going to draw the million ferns that are sitting there, but there's also down in the corner, and I don't think you can see it, but there's this little flower, and I just want to draw it real quick because it's so cute. I've been on a florals kick in terms of like drawing things, and florals are they're really fun. But I have a Jim, was it Jim Harker, something like that? Shame on me for not knowing that, but I have a book of all his floral illustrations, and I mean it's like this thick, it's insane, but it's gorgeous, and I've used that as I use it as tattoo inspiration because I'm working on a sleeve, and it's going to be all winter and fall florals, and though I might put like a peony in it. I don't know if a peony is that, but yeah. So, oh, I'm still in the same room. I'm still in the same room. I'm just shifted over because I'm not working on the Cintiq today. So it's, yeah, same environment, just 1 foot over. And Teddy's on the bed, so he's here. What's the difference in vector and bitmap? So vector allows you, like if you were to take a drawing in vector, you could scale it down to the size of an ant, or you could scale it to the size of a billboard, and you will not lose any of the quality. It is programmed to scale up and never pixelate. Whereas if you draw in bitmap, raster, etc., like you can only enlarge so much before it pixelates, and you can only shrink until it loses quality. No, it's just a very convincing green screen. Hope it doesn't fall over. Are you making fun of me for the fact that I didn't have the legs of my green screen out the first time I tried it? Because you're allowed to do that. Yeah, and then this little thing has it's got little leaves here. It's really cute, and I love it, and I want them in my garden. Okay, so back to the rock. So there's a lot of detail in this particular rock, and I'm not sure I'm going to get to all of it. No, I would never do that. Yeah, Tim. Yeah. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna see if this works, because I'm not the best at rendering things out, especially early in the morning. We're gonna see how it goes when my hands are still actually physically cold. But I made a new layer by going over to this little plus button in the corner. I made an extra layer, and I don't want to do that. If you need to change the adjustment layer on it, the layer properties, blend mode, that's it, blend mode. Again, tired. All you do is go up to these 3 lines in the corner, and you can change your blend mode of your layer here. So we're gonna do, what is this, it's like a brown gray. So we're gonna I'm gonna bring this over to more of an orange. Good news, if you are using Windows 10, there's now a Fresco beta version available. Awesome! So we're going to color this in. This may still be one of my brushes, because you can import Photoshop brushes into Fresco via your libraries, or drag and drop airdrop. which is pretty awesome. So I've been testing my brushes in here quite often, but they come default with Kyle's brushes. So it comes with a ton of options, but you can always add more. The best part of Fresco is you can zoom in so much and get super tiny vector detail. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've not worked with vector in here, so that's good to know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was on the beta test for the Surface Pro version of Fresco. So if it's a Windows tablet, I believe that it works. Possibly Windows laptop, but don't quote me. But I do know they were working on one for Windows laptop or Windows tablets. Yeah, it's beta, so like you can report if there's any issues, which is nice with beta. Like they're very open and welcoming to giving feedback or to getting feedback on it. Like the first thing I went to try when I was first on the beta, and this was over a year ago, this was like a year and a half ago, was I immediately went for the live brushes, and then I read the disclaimer where they were like, sorry, live brushes don't work yet. And I was like, no, that's the one thing I was looking forward to. But they got them working like not long after, so. But yeah, just know that with a beta, there is always going to be a little bit of trial and error with it. But you also get to try things first, which is a ton of fun. So the nice thing too is Fresco saves all your swatches that you use in a document. So I can go in and I can clean things up and just pull my colors that I just had. Pull this a little. Things I don't normally draw, rocks. Things that I've been meaning to draw, rocks. You're a beta too, yeah. I have, I'm beta for iPad Pro as well. This is not the beta version because I didn't want to put beta on camera and have issues in case there were any, but they've added some really fun things in the last couple updates pertaining to the brushes, so it's fun. I'm going to see how much I get done by like 10 on this, and then I will move on to the next image. So I'm going to give myself like maybe like 8-9 more minutes. If anyone wants to keep a timer for me, that'd be great. So we're going to go a little darker. I'm going to drop the size of my brush down significantly, I still have to draw like the fuzzy moss on top. I challenge you to draw the Adobe logo. Nah, not right now. I won't ever do it justice. I will say the nice thing is you can save these out. If it saves to your Creative Cloud library, which is awesome. So like I could literally go right over to my Cintiq, and it'll suddenly it'll show up in my recent Photoshop files. So I could just start here and I could end in Photoshop, which is really cool. But then you can also save it out as a PSD, PNG. There's a time-lapse option you can save this out with. So you can share your time-lapse. Like a light gray that's happening here, and it's, again, I'm not a concept painter. I would love to get to that point where I could do concept painting just for myself. I don't think I could do it professionally, like for people, but I would love to be able to do like intricate illustrated backgrounds and things, just because it would add to my repertoire and make doing children's books much easier. So that's what I'm learning to do, but like I don't think I've really ever drawn a rock in my life. So this is a crash course for me, and it's not going to look good, but we're going to run with it. Hi, David. How are you? Also, like, matching color is really hard. So we're gonna do very fluffy. Did I miss Teddy? Yeah, you did. He's over on the bed. He's usually on only the first couple minutes. And I don't want to disturb him because he did not feel well yesterday, so he didn't sleep well, and he was kind of just a mess yesterday. One of these days I'll get more comfortable with doing this sort of thing. I need to. I'd like to. I feel like it's a good challenge and it's a good skill to have. I just gotta I gotta learn the tricks because I feel like there's things that I don't know that I should know. I'm gonna try the rake brush and see what that does to this, but I'm gonna take it down in size a little bit. Almost too harsh for that. So we're going to take this color, we're going to drop it down a little bit. We're just going to, and then pull this color, go a little darker, pull this down in size. So I used Kyle's rakes for this. Oh gosh, you picked the most concept arty thing to design, a rock. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not, but yeah, I'm kind of flailing here. Kind of flailing. There's this, it'd be fun would be to get a bunch of people together. You do spend a lot of time designing trees and brushes and rocks. Not that many cool robots is one to think of concept art. I don't want to draw robots anyways. I would like to get to the point where I can figure out that balance of like, I'm trying to do more children's illustration and it's figuring out the right style to match with what I'm already doing, but like, it's hard. It's really hard. Like I've done a few things that I'm like, this works, this is great. And then like 5 minutes later I do another thing and I'm like, I just took 20 steps back. What happened? Like trees I'm decently okay at because I've been drawing trees for years. I used to draw them in my notebooks, but rocks are another beast. So what are you looking at? I'll do like maybe a couple more minutes at this and just, if anyone has any like class recommendations for how to learn this, I'm all ears because I would like to get better at this and I have some time to dive in. No, it's pretty accurate. I've had many long meetings about rocks. Huh. There's different artists I love watching on like YouTube and stuff. Like Laura Price is one of them, Lulu Sketches, and she does a lot of environment paintings, which I think are really fun to watch. And that's something that I need to try. I think it would be fun. Yeah. Okay, so this isn't like, it's not great, but it's not terrible. It's like my life. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Let's hop in and we're gonna find another. So I feel like let me do like 2 ferns just to knock them out. They're more on the green spectrum. You rock. Thanks. But ching. Tim with the dad jokes. I do love drawing foliage. Like that's kind of my thing that I'm really enjoying right now is foliage in general, but I need to figure out rocks, and I need to figure out environments, and I need, there's a lot of things that as I do it I'm like, "Oh, I feel like I'm back at square one." I'll have one really good thing, and then the next like 5 things are just not at the same par that I thought they would be, because like as an artist you are just constantly growing and constantly learning, and I think it's important to remember that we all go through this. But there's some people that I look at and I posted once, I was like, is color hard for everyone else? Does color ever get easier? And people that I look up to wrote back and they're just like, no. I was like, oh, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. At least I know I'm not alone. All right, so I've got like 3 ferns in. Let's continue on. We're going to do, let's hunt. So what's next? And this took us to farmland. Is there anything good around here? There's a utility pole. Cows! There's cows. Look, it's a teddy cow. Look at this one. There's a teddy cow. Oh, this one's like, what are you looking at? I've been spotted. All of them. You ever get the feeling you're being watched? Yeah, anyways. Oh, what is this? What is that? Oh my gosh, is that it's like a little church. What? That's so weird. I love it. There's like a little statue of Mary in there. All right, I'm not feeling anything in here, so I'm gonna keep going. What is my occupation? I am an illustrator. I got known for hand lettering, so I'm doing a total 180 on everything that I've done for years. Who likes math? But graphing is where I draw the line. Bottom-G. Not feeling this either, so we're gonna go to the next one. See how it'll just drop you in the middle of nowhere. This one actually, this must be an old map, because this one is so pixelated that I can't work with it. It says 2019. The heck? No. We're gonna redo. Oh, now we're in the middle of the frozen tundra. This is new. Where is this? Where is this? I don't even have this must be user submitted, because like, there's no, okay, it shows you your last several. Oh, so this last one threw me into Wisconsin. Of course. Of course it's that pixelated, because it's Wisconsin. Yeah, this one doesn't tell me where it is. That's interesting. But is this Everest? No, because like this guy is not dressed for that. What am I doing? What exactly are you doing? So we're doing studies from a website called MapCrunch, which takes you to random places on Google Earth. So like right now it dropped us on a trail that I think because you can submit. So we're going to keep going. This is kind of nice. This is Greenland. I love this random X in the middle of the composition. I'm kind of like, I'm looking for something really, so right now we're looking for like something that's got something really fun to draw. And we're ending up in, like right now we're in Singapore. I don't know why this blob is here, so we're going to go again. Where is this? Another in Singapore. Let's see. Let's do, still not feeling this. That's the one thing with this is it really does drop you in the middle of nowhere, you know, a lot of times, and you get very random things. Oh, we could do a hay bale. Let's do a hay bale. Oh, hey. So we're going to do this right here. Got some nice little flowers here, so we're just going to do that. So I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to pull my canvas down. We're going to start our sketches again. So I'm using a pencil from my own brushes, but you can use one of Kyle's brushes to do pencil drawings. And I'm not doing these incredible, like I'm not doing very large sketches. These are teeny. And this has a lot of do-do-do. And then we're gonna... This is another thing I have never drawn before, is a hay bale. But I wrote and I'm illustrating a kid's book, and like I'm gonna have to put a hay bale in it. So this is probably good. And then I'm not sure what these plants are, so we're gonna just fake it because I can't entirely see some of them. Did anyone do anything fun this weekend? I played a lot of Animal Crossing. I hung out with my friends virtually, and then I did Animal Crossing fan art. I drew Daisy May because like she's the best character, I think. Alberto, what's how are you? So I'm actually being very I'm taking a lot of freedom with the stuff around the hay bale because you can't really get a clear view of it because it's a Google Earth thing. So we're taking a lot of creative liberty with this. But like I think this is really kind of fun because it's kind of like we get to travel a little bit. And we get to travel for free. So, and then of course if I'm taking this into like the children's book realm, I can add like a little bug. Technically not straw bale. Well, not hay bale. Yeah, I know a hay bale would be like this. So this is a straw bale. They used to do these out front of my old where I lived growing up. They had there was like, it was weird. There was like an entrance, but then it was all farm, and they did these all the time. So I'm gonna go a little more stylistic with this, and rather than following the exact colors, we're gonna go a little more fun. And I'm gonna go to Kyle's brushes. And I'm going to pick up his painting ones, and I'm looking for his gouache. Just realized I might be in the beta. I don't know. I've got two frescoes on here, but I'm not sure if the newest one is out yet. I pulled his gouache in, so I'm using his gouache. I imported it. I've been doing Illustrator drawings, and I want to share it with you. I just realized I didn't share the, if anyone wants to draw this and wants a better view of it, here's the link. I don't know if you can share links in here, because our focus today is Fresco. So, but post it to your Behance. Share it with the world. I am not using Illustrator. I am using Adobe Fresco, so I have no advice on how to start Illustrator other than dive in and watch tutorials. There are a lot of prior Behance streams that tackle Fresco, a lot of Adobe live streams from the past that you can work with. Teddy, where are you going? Come here. Your fans want you. Come here. Okay. He said no. It's too muted. I need something a little brighter. And since these are studies, they're not going to be perfect, but this is something that I think I might attempt to tackle later on and see if there's see if I can figure out other ways to render these. Because right now this is kind of looking like a ho-ho roll. If you're from the States, you know what a ho-ho is, but if you're not, it's like this little chocolate Swiss roll thing. I'm gonna use a pencil. Painting is not my strong suit. I feel a lot more comfortable with a fake pencil than I do trying to paint. And that again is me just needing to sit down and learn and try different techniques and not feel pressured to share the failures. Because there's going to be a lot of failures. Hi, Cody. What are you working on? Yeah, honestly, ho-hos are delicious. I've not had one in years. Now they taste like dry to me, but... Can I eat that? I would like to see you try, Tim. Color is hard. I'm working on an Alice in Wonderland sketch. Oh my god, I want to see it after the stream. Can you send me the sketch so I can see it? Because your sketches are always so cute. Are you going to stream that later? There's a bunch of us that are on there's a Behance beta streaming. There's a bunch of us on that. So Cody Bear is one of them. I highly recommend you give her a follow so you can see when she goes live at some point. But again, we've got a really fun lineup today. There's the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge after this, which will, if you're working in Fresco, it'll feed directly into Photoshop because you can do both. And then we have Voodoo Val doing Fresco and Photoshop on the iPad, which I've not tinkered with Photoshop on the iPad much yet, but I know I did get to see it in when it was in beta, and I got to see, I think it was on Paul's iPad, he showed me and he's like, look, there's 300 layers. And I was like, that's incredible. Are you a freelancer? Yes, I am. Yep, I have been working from home for 7 years. Same amount of time I've had my dog. Actually, I've been working from home 2 months longer than I've had my dog. Because I was fired from my job. I was fired from a job I moved for, so I dove into full-time freelance illustration, not really knowing what I was going to do and how I was going to make it work. And it worked. Hi, Antonio. So if I turn this layer off, I can toggle it on and off. There's a little eye button. So you just tap your layer and then you just hit the eye to turn it on and off. This isn't looking as terrible as I thought it would, but it's still just like, I feel when people watch me draw, I get really awkward, and I feel like that's kind of where I'm at, because like I did 36 days of type on stream a couple weeks ago, and when I finished up, I looked at it and I was like, this looks terrible. I need to redo this. And I ended up taking a day and just redoing the whole thing, and what ended up coming out of it was like I was much happier with, and it was honestly like better than I probably could have done if I hadn't hated it as much as I did, because I learned a ton with it too. And I think my problem is I tend to go way too detailed and I don't simplify enough. Like I can see already here, like I don't simplify enough. So I need to do more studies, look at how like other artists, simplify, what parts of things they focus on. Because I go way too detailed. Are blend modes available in Fresco? They are. You go up to this little dot in the corner, these 3 lines with the dots, and they are. Did I struggle at first? When did you know that this was it? I did. I did get very lucky early on. I had work from a prior client, because I was doing freelance on the side. So like I wasn't totally brand new to it when I started, but I wasn't anywhere near where I'm at now. And it just happened that a week after I got fired, a company reached out to me and they're like, we saw this piece you did and we love it, and can we hire you? And so I kind of just went in head first, and and those first like few months, it was weird because I don't know how people found me, but people found me. And I had several jobs. I got an agent. I do not have an agent anymore. We parted ways a couple years ago, but I guess looks like Shauna's internet's overwhelmed. Yeah, it should be up any second. One of these days I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know. It was doing pretty good, and then it wasn't. It was doing great till it wasn't doing great. But yeah, so I've been freelancing for 7 years now, and it's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and I've been lucky that I've had more ups lately than I have had downs. But like I'll be using this time over the coming weeks that I don't have anything booked to practice, work on a couple side things that I've been meaning to do, and then just, self-care, because self-care is important. Hello from Milan. Hello. It's the stinking no good YouTube net gremlins, yeah. God, that makes me think of, have you guys all seen that movie Holes? It's his no good, dirty, rotten pig stealing great-great-grandpa. But yeah, when I did get fired and I was kind of figuring out what was next, I realized I could get a dog. And I knew going in I wanted a rescue because we'd had rescue dogs, you know, growing up. And rescue dogs. We had one rescue dog growing up. One was brought to us who needed a good home from my grandma figure. She brought her over, so like she wasn't a rescue, but she kind of was a rescue. And Tima, I thought I've seen you here before. Let's see. I'm going to turn off this sketch layer and see what that looks like. Okay, it's not looking terrible. Yay. But I knew going in that I wanted a rescue. And originally I tried to get a rescue Yorkie, and kind of glad I didn't. My mom has 2 Yorkies and I love them to death, but they're too much sometimes. And so when I applied, I went to Florida Little Dog Rescue, and I'd applied for a different dog, and they had already adopted it out, but they're like, we got 9 dogs at NatU. And I was like, I can't take 9. But they sat on the phone with me and sat until we figured out like which one would be the best fit, and narrowed it down to 2 different dogs. And it was one, a 5-year-old Yorkie, and then Teddy, who was not Teddy at the time. He was Perry. And I said, I would like to meet Teddy. And I saw him and I fell in love. There was like no question that I was going to go home with that dog. So he's been with me now for 7 years. And he lives a very good life. Hello, hello. I've been doing nature stuff lately. Yeah, nature's fun. I like drawing nature stuff. This actually does not look as bad as I thought it would. Yay! Things when they're in the middle of being made always look like awful. And then once you get past that weird stage, all of a sudden you're like, okay, it's not as bad. I just need to figure out like simplifying, because that's my part I have trouble, is just really simplifying things. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next one. So I'm going to turn this layer off so you can see. So that's what that one looks like. I'm going to turn this layer off. So this is what we have so far. And these actually don't look as bad as I thought they did. So yay! Shadow on the front, right on the wall. Yeah, I gotta darken it a little bit, but I don't want to spend too much time doing that. Because everything on this is like one layer, so I can only do so much without screwing with the additional layers back here. Let's see if I can just kind of fake in a shadow real quick. I never said I was good at this, so. But I definitely said I was going to try. And try I am. All right, so that's a little better. Okay, so let's map crunch. So we are going to go, if anyone's just joining us, we are using a site called Map Crunch to find random Google Street Views. And we're searching till we find good things. Like right now, this is a construction site in Bermuda. Oh, hey, where's Mark? Too bad Mark's not here. He's in Bermuda and he would love it. Hi, Kathleen. Guys, Kathleen's in the house. Stay tuned after this for the Photoshop challenge with her. Okay, next. Here's Luxembourg. I've been popped into Luxembourg a few times on this map. But this is a lot of streets. Mark! I knew you'd show up. That's our airport. Yep. Oh, St. Martin. I've been here. I think this is St. Martin or is this San Martin? There's two places again. I don't know. I have been to St. Martin because I have family there. Not a lot to draw in this instance, so these are kind of fun. Can you do me some graphics for our project? I'm not for hire right now. Never thought of Google Maps as a source of inspiration, right? It's so fun. Let's see. So this is in Alberta, which I'm assuming this is in Canada. Sometimes it's popped me into some really pretty locations, and I want to find something really pretty. Ooh, Scotland. Okay, we're going to walk down the road here. We're going to see what we can find, because I feel like we have a chance here. Oh my gosh, what is this? Take me here. Take me here. No, I can't go closer. What are you? You're a cute little farm. Oh yeah, that's my favorite thing, is finding like the people that know the Google Map truck is coming, and they stand outside and do weird things. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't draw any of that, but I kind of like, I feel like I can take, are these sheep? Are those sheep? Oh my God. I think I'm going to try and just draw this. Like, this is just going to be a quick sketch. I don't think I'm going to render. I just want to draw these like, these branches. Because these are kind of fun. These are going, these are kind of going every which way, and these are like, it's a really, really bad pixeled image, but I just want to quickly draw them because I think they're pretty. I kind of hope we come across like one of the weird people on the side of the road Google Map things. Hey Alex, how are you? All right, now that I've drawn that, we're just gonna go to the next one. Oh, we're back in Bermuda. Mark, where's your house? This is kind of interesting. What is that? It's a trash can, but I kind of like it. Let's see if it'll let me zoom in on it. I don't know what it says. I'm well, glad to be here. I'm glad to hear that. We're traveling. We're on Google Maps and we're traveling and doing sketches. Mark goes, hold on, let me see. Okay. We're gonna find Mark's house, guys. Oh, what's this? This is kind of nice. Garbage can. Yeah. That's what I figured. Once I got closer, I was like, oh. I kind of like this door. I wonder if I can... Oh, it pulled me too far. Okay, I just want to draw the door. You're in Hamilton by the pharmacy. This is so wild to like have you in chat and you be like, oh, we're over here. We're at this place. Coming up to the police station. Okay, I'm gonna quickly draw this door just because I like the head of it. Hey bud, what's up? Wants to see Ted. Come here. Why do you look sad? There's a church coming up. Is the church really pretty? Should I wait for the church? I have the dog. Oh, goodness. Okay, there. What's your job on Google Maps looking for trash cans? Okay, I'm going to give you guys this link so that you can follow. Oh, it's not letting me. There we go. It's down just a bit, and yes, it's pretty. Okay, let me do this, and then we'll stay in Bermuda, and we'll do another, because I'm coming up on my last 20 minutes, so I think we could spend the last 20 in Bermuda. You need a bath, Bubba. So this is, I'm going to go a little harder on this door, because I like it. What brushes did I use for stone? The sketch one was mine. I think the rest were Kyle's, his dry media brushes. Oh, is this the church? Let me see. Oh, that is pretty. Oh, that's kind of fun. Okay, I will finish drawing this door, and then we're gonna go over to the church, because why not? Dog's name is Teddy Bear. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna go. I'm not fantastic at like really quick drawings, but if I were to take time and really sketch this out, I could make this look really nice. But we're just gonna go really quick here. Yeah, if you go to Kyle's brushes and you pull up one of his pencils, you will get he's got some really nice ones available. What's going on, sweetheart? What's going on? Yeah, I have the tablet on a stand, because if I didn't, this would not be as straight. It would be like weirdly oblong. Hi, is it Faison? Hi. Faison? Faison? I am bad with name pronunciations. So we're going to color that. We're going to doop. I don't know if I'm going to render out the door right now. I might go back and do it later, because I can always open up Google Maps and ask Mark to give me the address of this. But, okay, so here's the door. So let's go down the road. This is honestly really fun. I haven't done this yet. Oh wow, it really was down the road. Like one step. Oh my gosh, I have not seen a palm tree in a while. The only thing that bugs me with maps is like sometimes I want to get like right in front of something, and it's like slightly too over or slightly not too over. Okay, I kind of want to draw this right here just because like the lettering. So I'm going to zoom in on that. We might have time for one more map crunch run. I'm going to be back on tomorrow, and we might do the same thing, or I might deviate and do some lettering. I have a sketch I've been wanting to render out, so maybe we'll see how things are feeling. But this is kind of like, I kind of really like this. This is fun just for like a really quick challenge, because this is not my strength and it's very clear, but I always like a good challenge. I don't know, would you guys like to see this again tomorrow? Because it's kind of fun. Bye, Tima. Thanks for joining in. I like it, but maybe some added twist tomorrow. I'll have to think of a way to like do an added twist. Yeah, this is a little more skewed, but I feel like that actually kind of works. Because then it's a little more stylized that way. Yeah, I could do that. I could demo live brushes tomorrow with this. You can watch me flounder because I don't paint. So it would be something completely new. Also, if anyone needs to know, like if you need to backspace, you just 2-finger tap, or if you need to come back, it's 3-finger tap. Undo and redo. Otherwise, it's right up in the top left, right corner. The added twist. Tomorrow you draw left-handed. No. No. No, 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 no. No. Yeah, I struggle with watercolors. Yeah, I have a whole set of gouache paints, and I had every intention of getting really good at them, and I didn't. Because I haven't, like, actually sat down to take the time to do them. I'm going to take the opacity of this one down, and I'm going to clean it up because I kind of like this. This is where I'm comfortable. Drawing from Google Earth is a brilliant idea. I thought so. Yeah, somehow I came across Map Crunch recently. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever because it just is random places. What pencil are you using? I'm using one of my own pencils, but you could use, if you go into dry media and you grab he has pencils in here. Where are they? Sketching. You can get a sketching pencil, and you can take the flow and bump it up a little bit to get a bit of a darker line. And you could use the same thing. I have a really dark pencil I like to use when I sketch, so watching Kyle use his watercolor brushes is a revelation. Yeah, I used his watercolor brushes years ago for my best friend's wedding invitations. I was painting hydrangeas, and which are really hard to paint, so I had to come up with like a way around it so that it still read as hydrangeas but was more on a stylized tone. And so the whole flower is watercolor, and then I drew like swirls around on the flower, so it was like the whole thing was really dark, and then I did like this all around the flower. But his watercolor brushes looked so real that when it was printed, like you couldn't tell that it was a fake brush. Like you couldn't tell that it was done digitally. I think I ended up sending him a picture. I was like, you should see how good your brushes are, just FYI. I'm going to take the size of this down a little bit because I'm going to want to get really, really detailed. If you need to change the size of the brush, you can either tap the number, or you can drag and hold, or you can input it. I like to just do a quick drag and hold because I think that's the easiest, quickest way for me. You know, it's also really fun for me to draw, and that I want to do more studies of, is I love drawing the busts of statues. I should hunt Google Earth and see if my great grandfather there's a bust of him in Ukraine, and it's never really occurred to me to go on Google Earth and see if it's on there. But I should do that because I love drawing like busts. Those are fun because it's the best of drawing people without them moving. But I like doing that, and I want to do some like cemetery studies, like find a cemetery on Google Earth and go crazy. Because there's some beautiful headstones that I've seen over the years. Did they ever update the clipping mess to be like Photoshop? don't think so yet. Yeah, I don't think they've done that yet. What is busts called? Like statues. They're statues of someone from the shoulders up. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Yeah, and also you can get more of the Kyle Webster brushes, and if you sync them to your Adobe library, you can access them. I gotta go back. Here we go. So your library brushes, like I've got a few of mine in here that I like to use on a regular basis, but then so you have like the standard ones that come with it, and then if you download any others from like Adobe's brushes, you can add them into Fresco. So if it's an ABR, it'll work in Fresco, and it's fantastic. I have his brushes. They're really good. Yeah, they really are. His brushes way long ago were like my revelation into illustrating more in Photoshop, because prior to that I did all my lettering by hand, and then I would scan it in and then use Photoshop to like cut it out and stuff. And then I realized with his brushes I could make things look real, and that's when I started playing around with with Photoshop brushes and making my own once I figured out how well his worked. Because then there were ones that he didn't have ones for like chalk yet, so I learned how to make my own, and made chalk brushes, and really just him creating brushes opened my world in terms of illustrating in Photoshop. It was incredible. That changed my whole changed my whole way of thinking. Yeah, so there's the plus. Get more brushes is where you want to go. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, if you guys have been drawing along, feel free to like share them with me on Twitter, because I do want to see these. I'll retweet fun ones. So if I turn this underlayer off, this looks kind of fun. Lettering is my bread and butter, and I can run with it. Hello, Invite Labs. I have an Intuos 3 pad, big old Cintiq 24, and I still haven't found the workflow I can get into. It takes a while. I have the 24-inch Cintiq, and I've had it for a year now, over a year. And it's only recently in the last few months that I have really found a workflow that works with it. So is there any similarity Photoshop to Fresco? Yes. I use Photoshop for illustrating. So for me, it's a natural progression to be able to work on the iPad in Fresco. But it's like I wouldn't do photo work in Fresco, but there is Photoshop for the iPad, and you could do it there. And I don't necessarily know what Val is doing today, but the schedule today says she's working in Photoshop on the iPad and Fresco on the iPad. So I think we will see. But I will say, when I did get into this, there was a bit of a learning curve, and it's just because you have to figure out where the tools are, and you have to get yourself into a flow. So like it took me a little while to get comfortable in Fresco, but once I did, it was fine. But I had that same learning curve when I started illustrating in Photoshop, so. Yeah, I want to spend time now that my client work schedule is a little more open. I have more free time to do what I want to do. And that's going to include playing Animal Crossing, and doing more paint studies and kind of figuring out, like, there's a middle ground I'm looking to find, and I just need to sit down and take the time to do it, and I have no excuses right now, so I need to take that time and learn. I'm using a brush I made called Pencil Pack Soft Sketch. You can use any of Kyle's brushes to get the same effect. I believe you can go to his dry media, and I think the scratchy pencil will give you a similar look. You just have to like really drop the size down. Or let me take this down in size. Conte crayon will give you a similar style. So if you use Kyle's Conte crayon, you can get that same feel. But I'm also drawing like incredibly small because I'm on an 8x10 piece of paper. I'm coming into the last like 10 minutes. Yeah, Teddy, my watch just buzzed. Sorry that startled you, sweetheart. So if you're just joining in, I don't know if anyone's just joining in, but we're using MapCrunch to find places to do studies of, and right now we are in Bermuda via Adobe Airlines. And I'm sketching at least the outside signage of this church. And then I'll be back on tomorrow at the same time, 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. Pacific. And we may continue with this and try it with live brushes, which may or may not be a total disaster because I don't paint, but we'll see. Drawings done on Fresco can be taken pre. Yes, they can. As long as you're doing them at like 300 DPI, you can get them printed. They'll also save to your Adobe CC library, and you can open them directly in Photoshop. So like I could close this out and it'll show up in my Photoshop recent files on my computer. All right, so we've got that, and I'm going to take the opacity back up on this because we have this door. And I'm going to show where we were. So we started with that. Now we got that. So I'm going to pull this guy over, and you can use, there's a, you have to hit done. So there's a little guy right here. It's an arrow with the move tool. You're going to use that, and you can move it over. Then you just have to make sure you hit done. So I'm going to take the opacity down on this one. I create a new layer, and I'm just going to render this out because we've got a few minutes left and I don't have time to do another map crunch. So I'm gonna do, let's use one of Kyle's brushes. Let's do should we do his marker brush? That might be kind of fun. Yeah, this is going to be different and make me feel really bad about myself, but let's try it. Because in theory, from far away, this is going to look like a marker. The integration from Adobe app to app is amazing. It really is. Yeah, I like the ability to start something here and finish it in Photoshop if I need to. Because generally, if I'm doing something big for a client, it does need to, like, I need to finish it on my computer, because if it's too big, like the iPad won't be able to handle that, and I don't want to risk it. So, but I will generally, like, I'll do sketches on the iPad and be perfectly happy. It's also nice because of the portability. It's like, now that it's warming up, I could go sit on the deck and do my sketches out there. We've had a lot of birds visiting, so, and we're going to soon have our hummingbird feeder out so we can have hummingbirds. It is a process, gradually get better. Exactly. I'm a very impatient person. I don't like that time where I'm like not good at something. And I have to learn to embrace it, because like that middle point of a drawing, it's never going to look good. And you have to be willing to finesse and finesse and finesse. And like, that's where I struggle, is I don't take the time necessary to finesse when it's my own work, because I'm very bad about taking the time to really just sit and draw with no end game. Thank you, Carter. But like, that's why with my 36 days of type piece I did a couple weeks ago, I went back and I refined it, because I didn't like how it turned out on camera, so, or on the stream. So I was like, I know I can do better. I need to redo this. And like this week, I'm going to tackle another piece I did on Adobe Live a few weeks back. And it was a Dumbledore quote, and I had an idea. As soon as I got off stream, I had the idea to make a Patronus that would go around and in between the lettering, but I need to learn how to paint smoke and how to paint glowing. And so I need to, like, I have to take the time to learn that in order to make what's in my head work. So that's going to be something that I tackle this week. I don't want to color fill though, because I want to keep my strokes. All right, we're down to just a couple more minutes. And because the way that his markers are programmed, I can't do light on a dark. I'm going to go in with pencil and draw the lettering again. And I'm going to go just a hair darker, just to add a little bit of dimension in some of these areas, just to give it a little more depth. Oh, awesome, Steve. Let us know what you think of the Fresco beta on Windows. Oh, I could use an ink. Do I want to use an ink or do I want to use like a... Let's do this point pen from his lettering pack. I'm going to take the opacity down just a little bit, go back to my new layer. I've got 1 minute. 1 minute to go. All right, Mark, thanks for joining in. I'll chat with you later. We got 1 minute, so I'm going to start wrapping this up. But we had a lot of fun today. We did a lot of illustration here in Fresco. We did some studies via Map Crunch. So if you want to continue doing this, I highly recommend it. It's kind of just a fun way to feel like you're getting away for a little while. So this is where I think we're going to end because I am running out of time and I don't want to miss my timing. Is Fresco different from PC edition? I don't think so. I think they made it the same on both. So you should be good to go. Like it should be same on iPad, should be same on Windows, etc. So thank you guys so much for joining in. I had a fantastic time and I'm really glad we got to do this. I'm going to be back on tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. So same time, same place. Come join me. Stay tuned for the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge with Kathleen. She's going to be awesome. We love her. And thanks for tuning in. I had fun. I hope you guys did too. Feel free to share with me online what you did. Otherwise, have a great day. Stay tuned for the rest of Adobe Live. We've got a great lineup today. And have fun with the Adobe Creative or the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. Bye, guys.